Okay, he's calling. He's calling. I repeat, he's calling. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and
I
clear.
bet. All right. Just
Alrighty.
we're playing duos, and we died to it. We got fourth place. Died to a team that was unreal.
Nice,
Once you
nice.
once it, it's there's not enough like high ranked players. So like once you get the diamond, diamond plays with elite, champion, and unreal. Now I'm in elite. My friend's only in silver, so he went up 20 something percent. He dying because he died to unreal, and he's only in silver.
I noticed that when I was playing in a season OG, that second I got diamond, it was just like diamond and unreal.
Well, it's diamond, elite, champion, and unreal.
Yeah,
They all play. There's not enough people, so they all play together.
that makes sense.
I think
Well,
the average. I think the average person is in gold. I think it is the percentages. Like the most people are in like gold, silver, and platinum are the most people.
that makes sense.
All right. So what's up?
Alright, I'm gonna try to make this interview as short and sweet as possible. I just got a couple questions here to ask you, and then you should be on your way for the most part.
Oh, whatever.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna start with some very, very basic questions, like your name.
What? Christopher Michael Brunetto, Brunetto.
Alrighty, and how old are you?
July 18th, 1982. I'm
July
42.
18th?
July 18,
We share a
1982.
birthday.
Well, no, you
Would you
took
look at
my.
that?
I was born first, so
That's true. You got that over me. What can I say?
you landed on my birthday because I was already born.
That is true. And
No,
what would
what year are you?
2005?
1982. So nice.
Quite the difference there.
Yeah, my daughter's 2017.
Nice, nice. And what would you say you are most known for online? Like, what would be your most notable achievements?
I, what I'm known for is Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 2. That's what I'm mostly known for.
That makes sense. And
Mixer. See, in 2020, I switched to Microsoft's Mixer, and
mm,
I got 3,000 followers on Mixer playing Fortnite. So there are a few thousand people that know me playing Fortnite, but then Facebook bought Mixer,
mm,
and it like ruined my whole fucking Fortnite. I didn't even have to. I was never gonna play. I was never gonna play PVZ again. I was making money and playing Fortnite, and the kids were like, like trolls and toxic, but like not compared to the immaturity of the PVZ. Like every streamer has trolls and toxicity in every game, but
exactly, yeah.
PVZ is on like a different level. The kids are so immature. They're playing a little kids game. It's like when you like people are like, oh, Fortnite's a little kids game. No, it's not as little as fucking Plants vs Zombies. It's like 5-year-olds like look up to that game. Like,
I completely agree. I've had my fair share of that in my Discord as well.
yeah.
And how long have you been making content, or just in the Plants vs Zombies community for? Because I know you've been playing Garden Warfare 1 as well, so I know you've been here for a while.
I'm OG, but no, I got Garden Warfare 1 because my son Caden begged me
Mm,
to get, and he lives in Michigan, so he came for the whole summer, and to visit me in Connecticut when he had the summer off, and he was
mm.
only 6. He was only 6,
Yeah, that's a
and
big.
and of course the day he was there all summer, and then in August, the day on Sunday, he was going home the next day, and he
Mhm.
begged me to get Garden Warfare 1. I was like, no, you're going home tomorrow. I'm never gonna play it. So I caved in. I bought Garden Warfare 1 because my 6-year-old son wanted it, and we did good for one day. Then he went home, and I started missing him. And then like a couple weeks later, I just started playing Garden Warfare 1 because it reminded me of my son,
That's sweet.
and I wanted to impress him and be like, oh, look what I got. And then eventually, it's like I started actually liking the game after a long time of, and when I got to 313 max rank on PlayStation Garden Warfare 1,
Mhm.
and Garden Warfare 2 came out, and all my friends are Garden Warfare 1. I wasn't a streamer or anything. They all begged me like, "Oh, get Garden Warfare 2." I'm like, "No, no." I was like, the only reason I'm playing this game is my son, and Garden Warfare 2 doesn't remind me about my son. So like, I did not care about the $60. I just didn't want. I had no interest. And then my son told me, "Yeah, get Garden Warfare 2." I'm like,
Mhm.
"Okay." So then like, and they're like, "Oh, you're gonna get Unicorn Chomper," and as soon as you can import. The thing was, it imported all your characters. As
Mhm.
soon as I got the Garden Warfare 2 from Garden Warfare 1, I had Chemist and Fire Chomper, and those were my two. when I was a noob, the first character I mastered was Fire Chomper and Chemist for Plants and Zombies.
Two very, very similar characters. I see. Just straight up
And
close
then
range.
I just remember getting so many first strikes with Fire Chomper with what's the level with the shark mouth that they all pop out,
Yeah,
and
I know that level.
Shark Bite Shores or something, and the kids jump out and I'm just underground waiting, and then I just eat one of them. I die, then I die instantly. It's like but I get first strike, and then I die second. And then but what I noticed playing with my when I met Angus, who lives in Hong Kong,
Mm,
when we played on his servers in Asia, the the game starts and nobody jumps out of the shark's mouth. No, I can't kill anybody. They
that's really
all can.
funny.
They're all way they play a way different style. In America, they just all jump and fight, and but in Asia, they think and they're methodical and they use their brain. They don't just jump. And it was night and day seeing how much more intelligent the average 6-year-old in Asia is than the average 6-year-old in America. Like I could not get a first strike doing that simple thing that worked every time in America. And I played a couple games in Asia, and they never jump out of the mouth. They wait, they look around, they analyze, and they don't just jump. It's crazy. It was crazy, and it was way different.
It's really funny that you could notice that on Plants vs Zombies out of all things.
Yeah, because I'm just so used to getting the first strike, and then it's like, wait, there's 12 kids. You know, it's 12 on 12. There's 12
Mm,
kids in that shark mouth, not moving.
that's really, really funny.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, the Asian kid, and there's see, I don't support communism and all that shit, but there's things that the Chinese do better than the U.S. Like every kid is required to after school's over, they're required to do something with their time, a sport, an activity, a language, something that the school has designated programs, and you have to do something. You can't just go home, eat potato chips, and play video games. Like for an out, like school's over, and then you're forced to do something else. So like I think I kind of like that where the kids are not just I don't know, they're developed way quicker, and they mature way faster,
I
and
had
they look
no
and they
idea it was like that over there.
yeah, just because so you know the Yeti hunt with in Garden Warfare 2 in the town hall, the Yeti boss hunt,
Hmm.
the Yeti King. It's called the Yeti King, I think. I forget the name.
Yeah, Yeti
So
King. That sounds familiar.
so it was January. I forget what year. 2017. January 2017. I remember now. And I was doing the Yeti boss hunt, and Angus, 6 years old or 7. I forget how old he was then. No, he was 6, and I was like, "Why are you?" He spoke perfect English.
Hmm.
I'm like, if you live in Hong Kong, why are you in North America East servers? He's like, you can't find a game. And I guess like at that time in the afternoon, it was probably, if it was like 1 o'clock, it was probably like 1 in the morning over there. So there's all the kids were in bed, and for some reason he's up at 1. But whatever reason he was up so late, and he couldn't find a game, so he came to America, and he told me he taught himself English at 5 years old with his iPad. And he speaks, fluent Mandarin Chinese. That's what they all speak, Mandarin Chinese.
Hmm.
And he taught himself English with his iPad. And then he was 6 years old when I met him, and he was at that point he was teaching his sister and his mom English. Some of these kids are so intelligent. Can you imagine? Like, okay, I have an iPad. I'm not learning Mandarin Chinese by
Exactly.
fluently.
Yeah.
Like, like these kids just, oh, I have an iPad. I'm gonna teach myself a language. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah. That's such a contrast to America and just Western
the
in general.
the ambition.
That's
Yeah.
really, really funny. So, diving into our first, like, kind of real question, how did you get the name Babylove1821? Where did the
I've
name
been
come from?
I've been asked that a million times. Uh, I it's about my children.
That makes sense.
I love my baby, and we talk about. So I love my baby. When they were babies, and
Hmm.
18 we just talked about our birthday. 18 came from July 18th,
That makes sense.
and 21 came from sports. I'm really big into and when I grew up, I had New York Giants season tickets, and Tiki Barber was number 21, but Deion Sanders on the Cowboys. I was at the Monday Night Football game at Giant Stadium, and
Mm.
Deion Sanders, number 21, returned 2 punt returns for touchdowns, and we could not stop that motherfucker. Now he's the coach for Colorado. Now he's the coach for Colorado for the college. But Deion sent Prime. He was called Prime Time, and Deion Sanders, number 21, and then Tim Duncan. It was a sport. Like 21 just was iconic to me for sports, and 18 was just my birthday, and
That makes sense.
and I loved my baby. It was just I love baby love. It's not like I don't
Mm.
make love. It's not everyone's baby lover. I'm like there's no R in my name.
That's
I
true. Yeah.
I loved my baby, and so
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, including myself, were just really, really curious about the names. That definitely, I feel like, has brought a lot of questions, especially with
so
how the Plants vs Zombies community is.
I've been asked a million times.
So, diving into a little bit of a harder question, what brought you your first bit of controversy in the community? Because I think it's safe to say that you've had your fair share of controversies in the Garden Warfare community.
Well, my first share was before I was a streamer. It was
Mm.
that it was crazy because I was so good at that game. Cruel Nate's little gay group would always harass me, but because they were on PlayStation.
Mm.
And Frosty, one of them was called Frosty the Cookie. I don't know if that's his name anymore, but Frosty the Cookie. So he was targeting me in game on Zombopolis, and I captured like I do, being the objective master on the first map, and we're going between first map and second map on Zombopolis. And the little bitch who was targeting me was getting shit on, and he jumped off the map where the green, the green oozes between the first and second point on Zombopolis.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he jumped in. He killed himself, so I didn't get credit for the kill because
Mm-hmm.
I was kicking his ass, even though he was targeting me. Even though I wasn't even a streamer or anything. And so then I DM'd him, and part of my DM was like, I'm like, was like, you killed yourself, and then everyone took it out of context. Baby Love told him to say kill yourself like years later. Then so like they would screenshot and like they would say he told him to kill himself. I'm like, no, he literally killed himself. Like they just took it out of context just because they're trolls and they acted like I was telling a kid to kill himself, and he literally targeted me and killed himself. And yeah, so that was my first controversy, but it was before I was it lasted because then then it was like more of a thing when I became more famous. But
Mm.
but kids would be like, "You told Frosty the Cookie to kill himself?" I'm like, "No." In the video game, he literally targeted me, got pooped on, jumped off the map, and killed himself. That's all that I did not tell him to kill himself. He just literally killed himself.
Yeah, I could see how that gets twisted. And the fact that was before you were even streaming is crazy. I had no
I,
idea there was controversy before you streamed.
yeah, because that stupid Cruel Nate's stupid group. And then I realized I started streaming on Twitch, and
Mm.
I was playing only Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really good, and I had, but it's hard to grow in a game like that. And I had a couple
Mm.
loyal viewers. Simpson was probably my first donator, but I
That's
don't
really
remember, he
cool.
wasn't here. And so like I would only have 3 or 4 real people because Twitch had so many fake bots watching you,
Mm.
like Commander Root. I remember Commander Root. Like, there's so many fake AIs that Twitch puts in there that you don't do. It's just like, why the fuck is Commander Root watching? But he's watching every streamer. It's crazy. And just to inflate their numbers and like,
Mm.
but remember Simpson would donate me $5, $2. Like he was shooting. I had a couple of guys, and they were the people were like, "Oh my god, your aim is so good." And that's where it blows my mind. They're like, "Oh, you play chemist, you can't aim." It's like you're like, what? So playing corn doesn't require aim? They're like, "Oh, well, splash damage." I'm like, "Yeah, I have 20." I have 250,000 kills with corn because the splash damage. Fuck you. Like,
Exactly.
like these kids are so stupid. And before I keep, so it just reminds me of my first 100 kill game in turf, which Kona will never do, which is so sad. It's so sad. Like some of these kids, like they think when they I got a 50 bomb, and like I back in the day, I was like I started getting excited around 80 because then I was like I'm on my
Mm.
way to 100. I would never say I had a 60 bomb. Like these kids are so pathetic.
I remember
But
my roads to like 100 kill games.
yeah, it was June 1st, 2018, and it was Zomburbia, and I was Commando Corps on PlayStation, and I had 107 kills with Commando Corps. It was June 1st, 2018, the first time I got 100, and I had 107. But anyway, so back to so I was playing on Twitch, and I was playing Fortnite on Twitch, and I had a couple of really loyal viewers, but I didn't have a lot of like I looked up to Ninja. He was my favorite streamer, and
Mm.
he would have 100 something thousand people back then. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah, Ninja's
popular.
heyday was insane.
Yeah, and that's when I was one of his first. I wasn't his like first. I was one of his first Fortnite followers because a lot of kids didn't even like Fortnite back then. I was
Mm.
OG with Fortnite, and like I was following Ninja before he blew up,
That's cool.
and I wanted to blow up like him, but I realized now I'm on page 36 of Fortnite. I need to find a way. And I'm like, wait, the only other game that I play like competitively was Plants vs Zombies, and I
Mm.
realized if I play Plants vs Zombies, there's one page, it's a bunch of little kids that suck ass, and the next thing you know, and no big streamers or content PVZ, they just did YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Nobody was streaming on Twitch, and that's why I made it because I was the first legit player to stream on Twitch, and I became the number one Twitch Garden Warfare 2 streamer for 2018 2019.
That's really cool.
And no, it's like things that it's like impossible to do that now because
Mm.
all you need is like one Wolfie plays or whatever, and you're never gonna beat them. But they
Exactly.
never. But and I had Wolf back then. It was Zero X Fusion Z and Wolfie plays would like say hi to me and like in my chat, like
That's
they
really cool.
never. And when Wolfie joined PlayStation, I didn't know because he had a different name. You probably know. I don't. I didn't.
Mm.
I still forget what the fuck his name was, but it wasn't
Yeah, you had a
Wolfie Plays.
multitude of different names.
Yeah. So his when he first joined PlayStation, and so he because in the I would play. I did when the kids would be at school on the weekdays. There'd be no games on NA East or NA West, but so I would go play Europe mixed mode at like noon, 11 noon, 1 because it was evening over
Mm.
there, and I would find games. And Wolfie was doing a Z7 video, so he played 3 games as Z7. But I was in his. I didn't know it was him. He played all 3 games. He played zombies, and I played 2 as Commando Corn and 1 as Chemist because those were my
Mm.
main characters on PlayStation. And the first game, I killed his Z7 mech as Commando Corn, one-on-one versus Wolfie. He was in a robot full health, and he's so bad at the game. And but I didn't know it was him. I didn't save the recording. I didn't even know it was important. I just killed some random kid that sucked, and it was fucking Wolfie. That's how these. I shit on him. He was this robot. Can you imagine Z7 mech versus a Commando Corn?
Yeah, it's
And
like 350 health versus Commando Corn. That's crazy.
and I pooped on him, and I didn't use any special. It was from distance. He didn't. It was just just regular bullets, like the baby corn buster. I didn't use no butter or husk cop. He was on the. It was a Z Tech Factory, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm. He's
And
big on Team Vanquish.
yeah, no, it was mixed mode.
Oh, mixed mode, yeah.
I never really played Team Vanquish.
Okay.
Uh, only with Millionaire because Millionaire. But no, I would play Europe mixed mode when the kids were at school, and he, of course, that's where he lived. He was on Europe mixed mode, and I found him. But so yeah, so the first game I kill his robot. Like I was like I killed him another time. I didn't know it was him. I wasn't targeting him. I didn't even know he was in my game because he had a different. What was it? Whoa, it's Cloud Street.
Yeah, something like that. Cloud Street or something. Yeah, something
Yeah,
along
yeah.
those lines.
I killed like Cloud Streif twice. So like I didn't know it was him. And
Mm.
then the next game then next game I'm on zombies and he stayed on zombies, and that's where I made his video because he died to a little kid because he sucks.
Mm.
I killed that little kid, and then because I'm chemist, and then I revive him, and he calls me a legend. I don't know if he knew I don't know if he like he did. I think yeah, he used to come. I think he knew who I was because I think he came to my chat like once or twice. So I think like he did know who I was. But
Mm.
the whole community told him stay away from Baby Love. He's so toxic and like yada yada. But like I think he knew who revived him, and it was the game after I killed him a couple times. So he called me a legend, and that's still in his video. I don't know if you saw that clip or, but
I've never seen that clip before, but that's really cool.
the Wolfie plays video from 3 or 4 years ago. And it's the Z7 video, and if you know Otter, what's his name? Steel, Giddy Up's boyfriend, Otter Steel.
Mhm.
He would have that when he was in my server. He would pull up that clip on demand. Like all these kids have this shit saved about me. It's like, and when I'll be like, oh yeah, that clip, and he's like, boom, then there's a link immediately. Like he just has it like saved, ready to go.
That's really
And it's like
funny.
Wolfie called me a legend. And then the next game, so I had just like Zach Scott games. I played 3 games. That's all they do. They play 3 games, and they make their video. And they don't care if they do good or bad because they're getting the views. They don't need the pop off or anything to get views.
That's
They just
true.
all they do is play 3 games and make a video. And I was in all 3 games of Wolfie Plays and Zach Scott, and my team won all 3 games. And the fun thing is, they were only on my team, both of them, once, and I carried both of them to winning after they lost the other 2 games against me. I won all 6 games with Wolfie Plays and Zach Scott, and because that's what I do. I don't care about anything but winning the game. Like
I think
that's
that's a pretty fair objective to have.
but nobody has that objective. They
That's
rather
true.
camp with regular pirate or super commando and get Vanquish Master or Vanquish Streak Master and dance while they all dance in the at the end with
When they all get
Vanquish
their
Master.
boasts, yeah.
They get fucking perfect loss and they're all happy because they got the most kills, and that's what the average PvZ kid cares about.
That is true. I can definitely speak for that from playing on all 3 platforms. So, how have you been able to handle being such a controversial creator? Because I'm sure that has had some effect, whether neutral, negative, or positive. So, how have you been able to handle being so controversial?
Oh well, once I got big on Twitch playing PvZ, my first altercation was the Cruel Nate's whole clan
Mhm.
and Diary of a Kid. I don't know if you know who Diary of a Kid is.
I
He's
do not know
now
what it is.
he's now ex samurai or something. He
Interesting.
changed. They all change their names.
Mhm.
That's also a different thing. It's like I've kept the same name the whole time. So it's like when people want to look you up like 5 years later, if I had a different name, they wouldn't be able to find me.
That is
Like
true.
these kids always change their names, but it was Diary of a Kid, and he was friends with the Cruel Nate and Frosty the Cookie, and I forget all the names. FBC, and then a bunch of numbers. Some Spanish kid with a um Queso 2. Do you know Queso? Probably not. See,
I do
I'm
not know
like
queso.
exactly. I'm like super OG, and
Mhm.
I remember all these kids, and so that he had a whole clan, and they would target me, and I still have a screenshot saved on my PlayStation. So I killed Cruel Nate and 2 of his clan. I had a triple kill with Chemist. I killed 3 of them at once, and the kill feed, Baby Love killed XYZ, all 3 of those idiots. I killed all 3 of them, and Cruel Nate will never triple kill me. Like I don't think he'll ever
Mhm.
double kill me. And then so one time he was Future Cactus on Moonbase Z, out of bounds on the first point, first objective, out of bounds with Future Cactus trying to target me from across the map. I got a price. They never captured one thing. I got a perfect victory. I had the most kills. He got Vanquished Streak Master of 9. He only had 9 kills the whole game. He got 9 in a row, hiding out of bounds of Future Cactus, and he's dancing in the thing, talking shit. I killed you one time, baby. Blah, 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 blah. He was out of bounds the whole time with Future Cactus. Never came in bounds. His team got a perfect loss. He killed me one time, and he was dancing and all happy. It's like these kids were beyond obsessed. So, it was a Sunday, 2018, and I got pissed. They were all being Electro P and Super Brains every game. So like 6 of them. So I'd have 6 Electro Ps and 6 Super Brains, like heroic kicking or being jumping across the map, all targeting me while I'm streaming on Twitch. And I called one of them a bad word, which I guess I don't want you like recording that, but I called them
Mhm.
the bad word for homosexual, and I called them the bad word starts with at the letter F, and I
Mhm.
said one word, and I got suspended from Twitch for 30 days for
Yeah,
saying
Twitch is like
that.
real finicky on that.
So I got suspended for 30 days, and that was my first like and that was my first time getting in trouble, and I didn't really deserve anything. I don't think they had a whole group harassing me, and they don't care about the people that are putting they're spending. The person that's bringing in the viewers, dedicating their whole life to the platform, and they say one word and they get in trouble, and the people harassing them don't get nothing. The kids that do not donate, there's so many of these kids that don't offer money to the platform. That never subscribe, that never do anything. The freeloaders, that the trolls, and it's annoying how YouTube and Twitch will support the trolls and not the people that are spending all their time and effort. Um, I'm sure you've seen it that you've been
Hmm.
harassed. I'm sure you've been harassed by somebody,
Yeah,
and
I've definitely experienced that too.
and
I
nobody
understand.
and they won't support you. They won't. You could report them all you want. They're not getting in trouble. Like they're allowed to troll. They're allowed to harass. But if you slip up one time with one word, it's so stupid. It's a double standard.
That is true. So was that your first Twitch ban, or how many Twitch bans have you
Yeah.
had in general?
Uh.
You said that one's from 30 days, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Then yeah. No. I had two, and the other one was calling Kona fat. That's all I said. FAT. Called them. I got a ban for calling Kona fat. But so the story of Kona, that's the thing was, so I was the number one Twitch streamer for 2 years, a year and a half, for 2 different years, but I guess like a year and a half.
Mm.
And so he had his two viewers. He had one read something. I forgot the name. He had two viewers that were like loyal, and he was a two viewer Twitch Garden Warfare 2 streamer with the name Kona Boy 92. He was
Mm.
born in 1992, and his name was Kona Boy 92. And he played on PlayStation with his Zim and his so he used mouse and keyboard. Admitted to using heavy aim assist with his Zim, like totally cheating. And he never got more than 50 kills. That was like his best game ever. He's so bad. He never
Mm.
even got close to 100. And he would camp with He made Druid Rose. So he's camping with homing thistles, with heavy aim assist, with mouse and keyboard, and he couldn't
Interesting
get killed.
combination.
Dude, it's like how much help do you need to aim? And he still couldn't get kills. He's so bad. Um, like homing thistles, like you shouldn't need aim assist.
Right.
You shouldn't need mouse and keyboard. It's fucking they curve around walls. Like he's so bad. So, but he would always beg me to play with him, and like I had nothing against him. I felt bad for him. Like, he came onto one of my streams, and then he's like, "Oh, can I play with you one time?" And then it turned into he like every day, he basically begged me to play with him. He's like, invite, 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 and I kept telling my friends at the time, like, Layla, she was a doctor in Turkey, all the
Mm.
way somewhere in Europe, and she was my biggest subscriber. Like she every month, and Greg played on PlayStation, and all these kids that would support me and donate to me. And I kept telling him like I don't enjoy playing with him. He's a camper. He doesn't push and do the objective with me. But he like eventually I got sick of like inviting him every day. But I kept doing it. I wasn't a dick. And what happened was his friend, what the hell is his name? Oh, Mr. Crazy Cactus. I don't know if you've heard of
Mm.
him.
Never heard of Mr. Crazy Cactus.
Mr. Crazy Cactus. So we're playing Great White North daytime, and I was Commando Corn, and Kona was on my team, and like because he always begged me to invite him, and he invited his friend Mr. Crazy Cactus, who got sued, but he couldn't join our team. So he was targeting me with a Z7 imp. He gravity balled me on the hockey net, the third map with the hockey nets,
Mm.
and I was right by the garden, and I got gravity balled, and I killed him while in the gravity ball, and I talked so much shit. And the next thing you know, Kona, like his woke snowflake self, couldn't handle me talking shit to his friend, and that's when he turned on me, even though I was the one that grew his channel from 2 viewers to it's still not a lot, but it got him up to like maybe 10. And
Mm.
and he stole a couple of my followers, or some of them would watch both of us. Like I helped I helped get him from 2 to 10, and
Mm. So
and what
10x increase.
no 5x, 2 times
Oh,
5 is
yeah,
10.
5x.
Yeah, five. I like 5x'd him, and I got him known that he wasn't on 2 viewer on the bottom, and he would always play with me, and more people knew about him just because he was playing with me. And I talked shit to his friend who I shit on, and then I learned so much about him. This crazy cactus lives in Pennsylvania, and he has a boyfriend, and he's gay, and blah blah blah. Like oh my god, stuff I don't care about. Like I know so much random shit about so many people. Like And um when Total and Giddyup would call my cell phone, and by private, they were smart. They would private their number, block their number, so I'd get a private call, block call, and they would
Mm.
harass me. They'd keep calling once my phone number got leaked, so I had to get rid of that phone. But Cruel Nate's such an idiot. He called me, and his real number came up. I just did a reverse phone search. I know his name. I know his address. I know he has Verizon Wireless. Like these kids, some of these kids are so stupid, and like he's just one. Cruel Nate's been one of the harassers forever, but he's dumb. And so
Mm-hmm.
I know where he lives. I know his phone number. He still has the same phone number, and it's crazy. Some people are just stupid. But it's like, why are you harassing? Why are you calling someone's fucking cell? Especially
Yeah,
if you
that's like direct IRL harassment is kind of crazy. Just like constant phone calls. That's definitely a lot.
yeah. So I had to get my phone number from playing hockey in Wisconsin. Had 608 area code I had forever. I had to get rid of my, and then here in Connecticut, they're like, oh, we can't give you a 608. So I don't have the 608. I don't have, my mom was sad because she's like, I had that number forever, but I'm like, I can't keep it. I'm getting harassed by these idiots. So
That's unfortunate. So another kind of direct question: what started our beef? Because I know me and you have had some beef in the past as well.
I don't think we have beef. I think um I don't know. What do you think? I don't think we really have beef.
Maybe not beef necessarily, but I know that we've had our disagreements. You've definitely called me out before
About
and
what?
such like that.
Give me an example. I don't even know what you're talking about. What did
I
we disagree
think
about?
it
What did we
was early when I started making videos. I know it was probably my first live stream.
What did I
I
say?
think you called me out for coin cheating in level hacks.
Oh, yeah. Because oh, that's what it was. Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
I see. Yeah, you're one of the people that mod. So I never
Exactly, yeah.
support. I just never supported the cheating.
And I think that's completely fair. I personally don't really see an issue with it, but I guess to each their own for that.
No, nobody sees an issue with it except for me because I'm not a kid. All you, okay. Then I know you're like, what are you, 24, 22 or something?
19.
Yeah, see, you're old, but for the PVZ, for the PVZ community, you're older.
That's true, yeah.
And I was gonna guess you're 22 ish, and um I knew you weren't like the normal 12-year-old.
Mm.
And none of the little kids think any of that shit's cheating. But it's like you know, whatever. That's it.
Hmm.
I just don't like. I don't support modding and not earning. I learned you earn everything. You don't just give it, given not earned. I mean, and I don't support Bronny James as being given a spot in the NBA. He doesn't deserve it. I don't like. Yeah, just, like, I don't know. That's I had to work. I had to earn my spot in professional ice hockey. I wasn't just given a spot in professional ice hockey. So like, I don't support Bronny James, and I don't support. I've had to play so many hours of this game, and I've opened so many minion booster packs, like one by one by one, because the game doesn't let you do anything. And then you have
Hmm.
kids that fucking come in, give themselves. Well, I think the maximum was it 2 billion. I learned that they can get 2 billion coins, and then there's scripts that they could open like as many mini booster packs as once. Like it's like they don't do anything. They just give themselves 2 billion coins and then open 5 million packs. That's like in like one click of the button. It's like, to me, it's just I just never supported people taking shortcuts. And
I think that's honestly completely fair. I
even
don't
if you
disagree with that take.
even if you don't think it's cheating, it's still a shortcut. Like,
Mm, that is true. So about ice hockey, how did you get into ice hockey and about overall like your ice hockey career?
well, that's, my mom was very protective. Come
Mm,
from a very wealthy, nice area neighborhood, and she wouldn't let. I was not allowed to play violent sports,
mm,
NFL football, because I know the world calls football soccer,
mm,
but uh, but but American football and ice hockey were no nos because they were too violent. And I saw I as a kid I played baseball and soccer, and I
mm.
excelled in both. And I was the MVP of the All Star game in baseball. I was a catcher, so I was bored out of my mind. And um, so My dad still has the game ball. So first I had to be. First I was good enough to make the All Star game, and then I was
Mm-hmm.
the best play. I was the best player in the All Star game, and but I didn't enjoy it. It was slow paced. I liked fast paced. So I liked soccer a
Mm-hmm.
little better. A lot more running. But the kids in the neighborhood would play street hockey. Well, I wasn't allowed to play hockey, but
Mm-hmm.
I had all my catcher gear from baseball. So I used the broom and all the catcher gear. But the thing is, the baseball pads don't cover everything, and it's not meant for hockey. So I would come home with like bruises and welts all over where like because I didn't have the proper padding and protection.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom would notice this, and then she's like, "Okay, I won't tell your dad." And she brought me to Play It Against Sports in Milford, Connecticut, and bought me hockey stuff. So that's how I finally got in. I went from catcher in baseball, which I was dominating. I was like one of the best, and I didn't enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so I just like the fast pace and physicality of hockey. And
And
yeah, it's
how
that.
did you get to the point of semi-professional? Because I feel like, or professional in
Oh,
general, because I feel like reaching that level, there's definitely some lore to that. That's definitely not an easy task.
yeah, I started the hockey team for my high school because I guess in the 1980s they lost the team for fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and so the parents got upset there was fighting, and so I had to petition in middle school get the team started again,
Mm-hmm.
and we were a co-op with two other towns because it was brand new, and so three towns co-op together, cooperated for a team.
That's
There
cool.
wasn't enough players, and then after high school I went from Connecticut, I went all the way up to New Hampshire where hockey was more popular. And I went out to Wisconsin, which the world's all about who you know. And I was training and became best friends with a professional hockey player. And he introduced me to his agent and helped me get my foot in the door. But I'm not, I didn't, I wasn't given it. I had to prove myself every day because just because I knew an agent, that doesn't care. I didn't have the father of LeBron James. Like I had to,
Mm-hmm.
if I wasn't good enough, sports is very cutthroat,
It's true,
and
yeah.
and it's not always fair. That's a lot. Sometimes it's about money, and I had one team that picked a kid because he was cheaper and they didn't have to pay for room and board and shit. He was a local, less expensive player. He's like, and the guy was like straight up with me. He's like, I know you're the better player,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm the general manager, but it's not my money. And the owner, this is coming from the ownership saying, rather take this local kid where I don't have to house him than somebody that needs housing. So the
I feel like
general manager,
that's a
I'm glad
really
he was,
unfortunate then.
but no, it's cool that he was straight up with me. He's
Mm-hmm.
like he didn't have to tell me the truth.
That's true.
He's like, I want you, but it's not my decision. And the owner's telling me it's cheaper to take this kid who's not as good because he's local and we don't have to get him a house or an apartment or whatever.
That makes sense, but that's still
So
like
that's
a very unfortunate ending. But at least he was upfront and honest.
yeah. That even happens at the highest levels. Some
Mhm.
teams are just more willing to spend money, and some teams are more frugal.
So I know one thing I noticed immediately after joining the Discord was there is a lot of toxicity in there. And how has having such a toxic community affected you personally, or has it even affected you personally?
I guess it used to. I don't know. I'm just used to it. I'm so fucking used to it.
That makes sense.
The kids have done nothing in life, and
That would make perfect
I
sense.
don't
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. I'm just used to it.
I feel like it's been like a good couple years. I feel like you get used to it, but still, it's
And the
unfortunate the
funny
fact that
thing
you
is,
have to get used to it.
the biggest cheater on computer was Sun X, and that's Zap.
Mhm.
I don't even think you played PVZ when Sun X was dominating. Do you remember
Um.
Do you remember the Zombopolis Discord server?
Yes, I remember Zombopolis.
So I was in the Zombopolis Discord server of Ultra and all them, and asking them how do we stop Sun X, and they they're like all the biggest cheaters, like the modders, like Maxim, the big boss from France. They're like, there's no way to stop Sonic. He's too strong. He's too powerful. Like Zap was that dude that he had no. His life was his whole life was Frosty modding. His whole life was making shit that was so strong and powerful.
And to this day, EA has still done nothing about it.
What?
Funny enough. And to this day, EA has still done nothing about it, funny enough.
Yeah, EA's will never do anything. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I've talked to them in person. They always tell me, "Oh, they're gonna get banned." Blah blah blah. They have me. They make me. They write down all the names, and they don't do anything. It's insane. They don't care about cheating and harassment. They don't care. It's what's known is they had a huge Apex Legends tournament, so a game they actually support,
Mm-hmm.
and it got fucking hacked. $100,000 their $100,000 tournament was destroyed by cheaters and hackers. That's how pathetic of a company they are.
Yeah, they
Like,
definitely don't have the best track record with cheaters.
it's not even like a game. It's a game they supported and threw up $100,000, and they still didn't handle the cheating and hacking. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a lot.
So it's a pathetic company.
I completely agree. So I think that's about it for the questions I have. I didn't really have too many questions, but I really, really appreciate you doing this interview.
So it's gonna be like a YouTube video or something.
Yes, I was gonna ask your permission on that. Do I have your permission to make this a video?
Yeah, no worries.
Alrighty. I really, really want to appreciate you for taking this interview. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, that's about it. All I got. You got any questions for me or anything like that?
I just hope we can stay. No, I don't have questions. I just hope we can. Hope we can stay like cordial, cool, or whatever you want to call it. And you know, I don't want you. Like, I don't care about. I just don't want to be like you, dipping and backstabbing. I just hope we can stay like cool, whatever.
Yeah, if no beef on my end, no beef on your end. I'm content with that.
Yeah, I think you figured it out. I forgot it was because you were modding, and I didn't know anything about you, and I just did not support anybody on Frosty modding.
And honestly, that's fair.
The amount of harassment I got from modding cheaters. All
Mm-hmm.
right, have a good. All right, have a good day, man.
You as well. Have a good day. Wow. So that went on way longer than I expected. I've currently been recording for 42 minutes. Just